What's up? What's up? I'm here. We're painting. That's what we're doing. Working on this guy, girl. It's gonna go good. Let's jump into it. What day is it? 20 something day? Okay, so I just want to do a little bit of palette cleaning up. Hey, what's up, Metal? What's up, dog? How's it going, dude? You excited for the weekend? I worked out a whole bunch of proportional changes yesterday. Not yesterday, this morning, right before I did this. So I think it's definitely I think I can start working more on the colors. I feel like this has a this log. Pretty good, but I think I would like to make some of these greens darker. Yeah, I mean, isn't the weekend better? Sometimes. My I had some ice cream and my face broke out. My I'm gonna finish the sentence. My something. Sometimes I have to work on the weekend, so it depends on the weekend. You know? Clark. Too much yellow ochre. So what I'm hoping to do here is darken up green. Dairy is scary. And just like sugar is also scary. Sorry, let me finish. So what I was hoping to do is to darken up some areas in here. And then put more green highlights. And also, I think I should knock this back here. Like that. Get rid of that ridge. As quick as a curve. Saving the world from Solomon Gardner. Clark Kent, there was a real one. Sitting in the forest. Dun, 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 dun. Superman never made any money. Okay, let's get into some. No, this is good. This is good. I need to work a little bit more of these darker greens down here. I guess you can't really see that so much. I'll leave it because I'm only gonna do a couple, but. No, this is good. Oh, no, let's go a little bit more. Let's go a little bit more of yellow ochre, and let's start to bring up some of these yellows again. And then a little bit. That's too much. I went way too much, I think. But it's still good. Let's go like this. I need to just let some of it hang out. No good. No bueno. Too much yellow. This is better. Let's do this. Dumb as an ape in the forest. Okay, now we'll go for some bright marks. Let's do this. And along here also, down at the bottom. And then maybe just a couple pieces of white. And this can actually. Sometimes when I have a big mass of one-ish color, I just know that it needs to get broken up with something. Like more, it's more, it's a little bit more instinctual at this point. You know what I mean? Or I'm just like, oh, it's just too much of that color there. Da, 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 da. I Tarzan, you Jay. What are we doing? We're doing some greens with the less yellows. Fuck, that's dope. Can you believe we've almost been at it a month? Can you believe it? I can believe it. I think this one might need to I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know? That's better, I think. And then maybe a little bit more. Imagine if you like if I was so good at painting that did like a behind the back shot like this. That'd be like my signature. You know what I mean? I would just be like forehand it and then boom, hit him with the backhand. I don't know. I'm just being silly. I think that's I think it's nicer. Let's just maybe put a let's just put a one little like this and this and that's better. I would kind of like to be done this this piece. Tomorrow, I think I can. Wait, what day is it? Oh, today's Thursday. Yeah, look at that ice cream. Today is Thursday. Okay, it's good in fall. So that means I need to work on her face some more. I need some smaller brushes. Give me 1 second. Let me find them. Sitting around in the... Got him. I got him. So you can see there's some like dark streaks beside her legs, and there's one in here. There's some more around her head. You probably can't quite pick up on camera, but basically, I was like, I was cutting in on this side and adding in on the other side to make her legs better. And I'm feeling quite a bit better about like where her what proportions are with everything. But now I can start to put like a coat on, like this coat that I put on yesterday, just to get me like, it needs to give me like a defined shape so that I could start to whittle down the shape. And then now this pass needs to get me a really good base color on there so that all I need to do tomorrow is come back in and be like, oh, actually, this needs more green added to it, you know? So like this is way too dark, but that's where we're at. So that's basically what we're working towards. Hey, Metal, you ever listen to Our Lady Peace? Hey? The world is the subway, subway. Hey. Doesn't anybody ever know? Yeah, me either. I started listening to it yesterday, and I was like, man, wow, blast from the past. Now it's time for me to give up. Put your lipstick mark still on your copper cup. Oh yeah. Fuck, I'm gonna kill myself. Leave it all behind. Whatever I did, I didn't mean that. I just want you. This is too much yellow in this mix. I know that. I know it is. I'm trying to cut back in some background colors, but I'm really trying to not introduce too much of this, like basically cadmium yellow deep into any of these mixes. But I can't really tell until I oil it back up. Little rooms. Okay, let's do this. This is like too sharp. What do we do? Could have put some brighter bits of yellow in. No, this. Let's just. Got our hair. Oops. Great. No. Too bright. I think I need to start working on this girl's face. Let's go up here. Oops. Well, this is not the right color, but what about what you're rocking up to? Are they Please Crush Systems or something else? No, I was listening to okay, long story. But I started watching all this Scientology videos about like I started listening to like Scientology videos, like anti-Scientology videos, people that were in the cult of Scientology, and that guy from that '70s show, Danny Masterson, like Hyde. I don't know if you ever watched that show, but he like violently assaulted a bunch of women. And he's going to go to prison for a long time, and it's all getting like he got charged with it like this. He basically got a life sentence like last week, and so I've been following the story, listening to what people had to say about it. So I was just listening to a podcast about it, basically. I kind of fell down the rabbit hole. I played a song on YouTube, and then it came up with the next thing, and I was on to the next thing. Bet you, yes, that. I don't want to say the R word on stream because YouTube doesn't like it. But basically, he's a pretty big scumbag. And apparently there was basically 3 women that got tried that pressed charges in this trial, and they needed to convict on 2 of 3 counts. And I forget they did convict on 2 or 3 counts, but there's probably at least yeah, he's in Scientology. His whole family's in Scientology. But apparently there's probably 11 women that he drugged and or R-worded. Did you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle? Because the older brother Francis, that was always in the army and stuff. He's one of them. He's like Danny Masterson's brother. But there's a whole bunch of them, I guess, and they're all Scientologists. The whole family is. Yeah, I read this book called A Billion Years by Mike Rinder, and it was he's like a high-ranking Scientologist guy, and he basically escaped out of the cult, and it's crazy. It's a train wreck of a story. Like, it's well written and stuff, but it's not like a well written story in the sense of like there's some stories that you'll read, like the hooks and the twists are like keeping you engaged in it. Like this book, A Billion Years, it's just so crazy that like the hook is the story. The hook is the story itself. So basically, for the last like I've probably been watching shit for like a year. I accidentally started watching it, basically, this channel, growing up in Scientology. And then yeah, I don't watch her because like I'm just painting and stuff. But I basically just find it like incredibly interesting and sad. Like, I find those high control groups, I find it well, I think it's sad, but I just find it really interesting how people can like I guess I just find it interesting, like people getting lost in like ideologies and stuff mostly. Because I know like whether I well, I mean, I think I'm susceptible to that, like getting too into stuff. And there's definitely like a point in time when it is bad. Clearly, you know what I mean. A couple of the '70s shows, Cars co-wrote a character reference for him, and letters became public, and it looks really bad on them. Yeah, I watched a video about that today as well. But yeah, they probably didn't realize that the letters are going to be made public. But apparently Ashton Kutcher, there's a video on this guy's channel, but apparently he was like dating this girl when that '70s show was like going to blow up or whatever. It was like just getting going. Apparently he was dating this girl, and he went to her house, and she had been murdered. This is all real, by the way. I can send you a link to this guy's video. It's crazy. But basically he went to her house to pick her up for a date, and she had been murdered. And it wasn't him or anything. He had nothing to do with the murder. It was just like random. It was a serial killer guy. But instead of calling for help and calling the police, he called like his PR people and stuff. And then one of the girls that Danny Masterson R-worded, that was his girlfriend at the time, and so she was there when Ashton Kutcher called Danny Masterson and asked him what he should do when he found this girl's body. And so now all this shit's coming out about like all this shit's coming out. And apparently this serial killer guy, this gets dark, but apparently this serial killer guy killed this girl that Ashton Kutcher was dating or whatever. And then he went and killed like I think two or three other people before the police finally caught him. So like if Ashton Kutcher had reported the murder earlier, it might have fucking saved somebody's life, which is like sad. But it's just a crazy. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But Ashton Kutcher's done like a bunch of really good work in like with like child predators. Like he's like part of some like child predator ring thing where they like take down it's like some internet thing where they take down like people online. And so for him to basically put up like a character reference that said like this convicted rapist guy was like I guess I just said it, but this convicted guy was like a really outstanding person, like pretty fucking scummy. I don't know. it just makes you wonder if they have dirt on them or like it's I don't know, man. It's really just, and I think I just find it an incredible story, and I mean that in the sense of it's fantastical. It's like a fantastical story, you know. I know. I don't know what to say. Like some like I've yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's like it's kind of like a train wreck that I can't stop looking away from it. And then and then the Scientology people, they try to like Scientology tries to like get involved and like wreck um everybody's all this shit. Like they it's too much to explain, but they get really involved in like it's called fair gaming, but they basically try to like bully people and like wreck their lives and like get involved in shit, and it's just like uh, it's just the whole thing is crazy. I made her face way too orange, but I you guys can't even tell. It's just too. It's just not like the. I don't think there's a way to get around the glare, unfortunately, for like just the way the camera angle is. Yeah. So, anyways, I know way too much about Scientology now because I've watched all these videos and read these books for like the last like year and a bit. I think the theory that many influential and famous people have intentionally been advanced because of dirt that makes them controllable has merit. Yeah, dude. 100%. There's definitely some people that wouldn't have dirt, but to think that there's not fucking predators out there and stuff, especially the creative arts, because like the just give me one sec. Like in the creative arts, there's so many people that are trying to make it or whatever, and like this is the fucking hard part, the IP, the intellectual property. Like this is the hard part of making art, and then I don't necessarily mean that when I say this, but everybody else that gets between me and my customer, um, in a sense, is predatory. That sounds wrong because there is good relationships, but there's a lot of that was not a good sentence. There's a lot of people that want to get between you and the customer that are predatory. There is good people that can help you out or whatever, but I definitely think that like there's good galleries and there's good like salespeople and like I would hire a salesperson to work for me to sell art. You know what I mean? That'd be fucking dope. That would be like that's something I'd be interested in. But there's a lot of like definitely a lot of people that like there's a lot of opportunities for predators basically. You know what I mean? And even like people doing things for like alternate reasons. Like I had this model that I was taking photos of and I was asking her about like I was asking her about like sketchy shoots and shit that she's been on and she had like fucking so many stories about like strange events. You know what I mean? I was just like fuck man. Yeah, there's definitely like anytime that there's just predator and prey, man, you know? Once they get under the dragon's wing, they will do well, but to get under the dragon's wing, they have to do dirt. I think there's definitely some people that get like pulled into doing dirty things, but I think that there's just a lot of people that just like have dirt to get leverage. Like look at all that like Harvey Weinstein shit. Like that is not good stuff. There were so many people complicit that knew stuff. Like look at all the Epstein stuff. Epstein definitely blackmailed people, 100%. Middlemen are often parasitic in this industry. Yeah, there you go. Grumpy with some wisdom. Yeah, I think like it's not just. I was just watching before this. I was watching basically this podcast guy that I watched, Theo Vaughn, made a video the other day, and it was he was like, "Yo, you got to watch out for this guy," and he was telling about this scam that he was a part of, basically, and like they had someone that was like selling hundreds of thousands of dollars um, in advertisements, and then so they'd get paid out monthly or whatever. But then the checks didn't come. Then the checks wouldn't come for 2 months, then 3 months, then 4 months, and then someone was like, basically, it was just a scam, and this guy was like a predator. He bought like a $1.6 million house, and he scammed. They think he took probably about like $4 million from like a whole bunch of podcasters. Um, and I don't think that's like an uncommon thing. There's like a CoffeeZilla video about it. It's like pretty interesting. Have you had any models you worked with had chaperones with them? No, I've never had anyone even suggest that. But I've only been on like 3 shoots. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be opposed to it. If someone wanted to bring someone, I wouldn't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I actually don't think it's just the dumbest idea, especially if it was just if you're going out with like you're a 20-year-old girl going out with like a whatever. You don't know what you're walking into. Like I can say I'm whatever 35, but like you don't know what you're going into. I don't necessarily think that's the dumbest idea, but like you also got to think that some of those girls are like they have dreams too, right? Like they got dreams of being a model or being like a they got dreams of being a model or being a actress or both or you know what I mean? And they're not they're also trying to be professional, and they're like don't want to show up and be weird. But like I said, there's just a lot of room for predators and stuff. You know what I mean? In anything where people have like dreams and aspirations, there's room for people to come take advantage of that. This is kind of a dark one today. I don't mind, but I was kind of thinking like sometimes these conversations that we have are very like broy or like kind of crazy, but like I don't think that I think that if someone like liked the art that I was making because it's kind of soft, you know what I mean? Like the art, like the subject matter is kind of soft. I think they'd be like, "What is this? Like, what is happening?" That's what I was thinking. Yeah, you know, well, obviously, but like the musician Prince, he would never work with anyone that didn't own their masters. He wouldn't work with anyone that didn't own their masters because he didn't want to be a part of the fucking machine. He understood that like you have to own your masters to own your freedom in the recording industry. And there's so many videos of him talking about it. I really like I like Prince's philosophy. I was never too big into like Prince music, but like obviously I think he's amazing, but it's just I don't know. I just never like her face is way too orange, and I know that's too orange, and I just kind of keep hammering on it, and I kind of feel a little not silly, but like I just need to not. I don't know why I'm just keep adding on to it. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I'm adding more details and stuff in there, and it's not. I'm not like fixing. I'm not addressing the issues that I'm seeing. So let's remedy that by just doing the thing. She has actually quite a bit of green in her flesh tones. As we've said before, when you start adding green to flesh tones, sometimes it can make people look very sickly, zombified, and that's obviously not what we're trying to do. But that's what we're trying to do. Prince was a really good guitarist. Prince was I think Prince was a really good human being by all accounts. Like amazing musician, but just like so far ahead of like the like to not get stuck like sucked and used and spit out by that studio system and to keep your artistic integrity. Like I got respect for anyone that does that. You know what I mean? Bum, 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 fuck it. There was a real one. Okay, I need to. Let's do this. I would definitely like to keep this face. I think it's kind of loose as I can. It needs to go darker. I also need to make like some I don't know. I need to make some decisions on it. We'll put some teeth on her mouth. Just to... Superman. Something is, I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. Did you ever see the clip of Prince where that after he died, where that guy was like talking about how he threw concerts and stuff for like kids? It's pretty crazy. I'll try to see if I can find it quickly. Prince Con. Prince. I don't see it. I'm not going to look that hard for it. Let's listen to Prince musician. What did I say? I don't know. I won't get into it. What do I like about this? I like I see. This is no good here. I need to push this over. Boom, 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 boom. Clark Kent, who wasn't of me. Too much orange. Do I bring more red into it? Huh. 1 hour. We did it, boys. We did another day. I like it. We're making it. Slowly but surely, this is how we're just building a career. 1 hour at a time. 1 day at a time. Danny, what's up, dude? Thank you. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. I like your vids. Hope you're doing well. How's the plein airs going? YouTube is such a funny place. Like, Is everybody out there doing their thing? You know what I mean? I like it. Thanks, man. Just an art show thing tonight in my town, which was cool. Have you ever done anything like that? Nope, I've never done anything like that. I hope yours went well, though. I hope you made some friends, showed some people some stuff. That's what type of art show it was. No, I've never done anything like that. I'm like right now. I'm just trying to put together like a collection of paintings that have some sort of like coherent thing going on. And that's what I'm doing. So no, I haven't really done any like shows or anything because I kind of feel like I need to like get some paintings together first to show what I have. You know what I'm saying? I love the figurative stuff you're doing. It all seems thematically connected. Do you have a theme in mind? I think by accident. I think by accident. I think that my first series is going to be called like the working title. Let's call it Nature Walks because I took my cousin out to this. I bought her this. This is my cousin, little 7-year-old, last year when I did it. But I bought this hat for her and these shoes and this dress, and I took her out for basically like a walk in the forest, and then we just like took photos and had fun or whatever. And so a lot of these are the same girl basically. So I guess that's why they seem connected. But then I also recently went and I hired 2 models. Like one girl's name was Dina. She was like 23. She has dark hair, and I put her in this big white dress like this. Oh, that was one of my other ones. I basically got like linen dresses. This girl's dress, Dina's dress, and then I took this other girl out the other day named Madison, and yeah, I got some really good ones with her too. Oh, I got the dresses. Yeah, like this is the dress that you can't really see, but this is the dress I use for Madison, and then this is the dress that I use for Dina. So it's like so yeah, I'm kind of putting it all together, man. But I was kind of just thinking about calling my first one Nature Walks because I basically took them all to the same spot. Obviously 3 different times, but like the same park that I like to shoot at. Because I'm still trying to figure out like photography and like what is good and stuff. And like basically I did a photo shoot with her and it went really well. And then I did a photo shoot with Dina and it went really well. And then I did a photo shoot with this last girl on Monday and it also went. I would say that the day with Madison, the day that I took Madison in that purple dress, it the day and the scheduling and everything was the best. I really liked her. Just like as a person, she was just fun. Like we just connect. Like it was like hanging out with a friend more than it was like working. You know what I mean? So that was dope. But a lot of the pictures that I took were blurry, so that kind of sucked balls. And also, I realized that I didn't have enough props for her, so all the pictures are also the same thing. And like I don't know, I just got lessons to learn. You know what I mean? That's a genius idea to use a family member. So cool. How did you find the professional models? Where are you getting old timey dresses and stuff? Okay, so the old timey dresses, I made a list on Etsy. I saved a bunch of shit on Etsy basically, and then I ordered stuff on Etsy. But I'll use that as kind of like I'll use Etsy as kind of like basically, I typed in like linen dress, and then I found a bunch of companies that make them, and then I bought them. So I would use Etsy or I would use like once I kind of know what I'm looking for, I'm like, it depends what girl I get because like a girl with like different colored hair is gonna be like different stuff. So for just wait. Let me just wait. I want to do some historical paintings or paintings from scenes from literature, but costuming is something I'm stumped on. Okay. Well, yeah, dude. So you can thrift. Lots of places will thrift, right? If you know, I don't really know what I want. I kind of just want to like work with the girls and work with like because like Madison had like really long, like beautiful blonde hair, and she had just a she had just like her the structure of her face was also really nice. She kind of gave me like Alice in Wonderlanding vibes. So I would do different stuff with her than I did with like Dina. With Dina, she had kind of like she was Iraqi actually. Um, so she was like she was not she was white, but like she just got like an Arab face and stuff. You know what I mean? So I can just do different stuff with her than I can with Madison, say. Like there was a couple where I have Dina sitting on this log and like we were looking at the photos after and she's like, "Oh yeah, I look like a Greek goddess because like the dress and stuff and like where she is." But like you wouldn't do that with Madison. You would do different stuff like that. Like I said, the Alice in Wonderland vibes. Um, yeah, so basically I saved a bunch of shit on Etsy is my answer though, and then I went and bought and then I would buy them. I wouldn't necessarily buy them all on Etsy because Etsy can get expensive, but that would be the thing. Thrifting, lots of photographers will thrift stuff, but like if you want to be old timey, you might have to spend some fucking cash to get good reference photos. Basically, you know what I mean. And then as far as the models, okay, so I don't have Instagram. If I had Instagram, I would just send 100 girls messages. Like obviously, there's girls on Instagram that look like models more than like you know what I mean. You can find them. It's probably not that hard. You could probably type in like a model hashtag in your area, but I don't have Instagram. So first thing I did was I went to the first thing I did was I went to well, I couldn't find any and I didn't know where to start because that's like the hardest thing when you don't know how to do something is where do you even start? You don't even know where to start looking for answers. So basically though, I um was trying to figure it out, and then I posted on Craigslist. And I thought it was not going to work, and it cost me $3 to make an ad on Craigslist. And I thought I was going to get a bunch of really weird ones. Like I didn't have very high expectations for it at all, basically. And then I found this girl Dina, and she seemed like really sweet and nice. And then I took her out, and we did a photo shoot, and it was dope, and we had fun, and she was pro, and it was great. And then I asked her how she finds her gigs, and she said that there's Facebook modeling groups for your area. So there's like a BC modeling page on Facebook, and then basically I went on there, and then I found my next girl through there, and then I posted an ad on there like say a month ago, and then I've basically been getting like messages from girls on Facebook responding to the ad still. Like I was just messaging one right before I got here. Um, so I basically am starting a spreadsheet now that has like the name. So it'll be like Danny Sabra. It will say their rate, how much it is going to be for an hour. So it could be like basically between like 50 all the way up to like 125 an hour for these girls to come out. And then I put like their Instagram handles or their websites and their phone number, their email. And then I have a list now of like, I think there's like 6 girls on it now. So then when I need my next shoot, then I can go to it. And so I'm hoping basically to like, so say I'll take like 10 girls out. And then of those 10 girls, like 3 or 4 will be like really dope. And that I'll have like a good rapport with. And we'll just like, they'll live closer or like whatever. It just worked out to work with them. Like like with the girl from last week, Madison, she was like we were both on the same page for like scheduling and everything. We sent like I sent her like 2 emails, then we gave each other our phone numbers and we sent like 3 messages to each other and we had the whole fucking shoot set up and she showed up. She came from like an hour away and she showed up. She told me when she was leaving. She showed up like 10 minutes early. and then we just had fun. So like 100%, I'll ask her to do stuff again. I'm sure as long as she's still in the area, we'll work together again. But I would like to find like, um, and I did like the other girl too that I worked with, Tina. She was also very nice. But I would like to find two or three girls that I have like that good of a rapport with, and then basically those girls will become like my hopefully steady models until they either like age out of it or move, and then I'll have to get new ones, and then like it's just gonna be the game going forward. You know what I mean? Um, so that's my plan, at least. And then also because I have different girls, I have different like hair types and stuff. So like Madison had like really blonde, like wavy hair. Dina had like straight brown hair and white skin. I would probably like to get like a darker skinned girl with dark hair. Um, I would kind of like to do like some yeah, I would like to get like a dark I would like to get like an olive skinned girl with dark hair, and then I would like to put her in a white linen dress. I think probably like a low cut, like in the middle. You know what I mean? And then have it be like a. It's got like some ideas for that type of stuff. And then I would also like to find a ginger girl. Oh yeah, basically also like to find a ginger as one of the girls. That's what I'm on the lookout for. But it's I don't know, it's kind of fun. Like you know what I mean? Like like when I was hanging out with Dina and I was hanging out with Madison or whatever. Um, I'm like, oh yeah, this would be like the if this all worked out. Like even if it doesn't work out, it's fun. If it doesn't work out, it's fun as a career. I mean, or whatever. If it doesn't work out, it's fun. And if it did work out, it would basically be like the dopest job ever. You know? But what'd you do today? Oh, I hung out with some this is really pretty nice girl, and we went into the woods and took photos. It's like okay, and then we went out for lunch after. You know what I mean? Like it's cool. Yeah, that sounds really cool and strangely collaborative for painting. Yeah, dude. And then like two like so also you asked about like how is it like to work with professional models? It's fucking dope if you find good ones because they show up when you ask them to show up and they just do their fucking thing. Like I'm sitting there playing with the cameras and like um they're over there like twirling around and like the shots that like you like they do stuff that like you can direct them if you want to, if you have like a specific thing, but they also just do their own thing. And so they're like playing with their hands, like Madison would always do this. Like it was just one of her poses that she did. Or she would like look over at something or look up a lot because she had like really nice blue eyes and she has like a really nice profile on her face too. Um, Dina would put her hand in front of her face and shit like more. I think I have to look back at the photos, but basically they have different shit that they do, um, and so there's like yeah they do stuff that you don't expect or like you get a good shot of like Madison picked up this one leaf. She picked up this one leaf and she was like playing with these leaves and like throwing them in the air and shit. She's like, this will be cool. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. And so she threw like leaves in the air and they're all like coming down and stuff. Actually, she threw them, she picked up this huge clump of leaves and she threw it. And it just fucking came down in a huge thud. And she was like, oh, that didn't work at all. And it was really cute and funny. But no, like there's this one pose. I'll see if I can actually I'll pull it up here. Because I have it open. Can you see that? Oh wait, you can't really see. Wait, I missed it. Oh, this is the one. Sorry. Um, like her legs are weird. Like this is such a weird pose, and the dress is like scooped out, and she's just looking at this leaf. And like I just feel like that's not a pose that I would have ever that's not a pose that I could have ever asked for. I could never I could zoom in. Like I could never have asked for that pose. You know what I mean? Like that's such a weird pose, how her dress is all puffed up and stuff. We can look at some of these quickly. Some of them, like I'm shitty at taking photos, so some of these are like I took my dog with her for a little bit too at the beginning. That's kind of I like that. She's tugging on Meatball. This is dappled. Oh wait, you guys can't see that. Okay, let me see. Oh sorry. Just wait. Give me 1 second. But she's just like my dog's there, so I can. Oh, sorry, I lost it. I'll see if I can find like some more good ones quickly to show you. But you did, yeah. That's what I was trying to say, though, is that you just don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get. Like, we'll try to show her butt if there's any with her butt. There's some. I know that there's like a couple. There's a couple of like this one. Oh, yeah. This one. This will be a painting. This pose. This pose is so good. Like you can just see the profile. She has really nice lips and like really high cheekbones, and like it's all just. It's and then she's on her tippy toes. I think that one has a really this one has a really that will be a strong that composition. There's like this winding path down here. I'll have to change it, the layout and stuff, but let's look at some of these. And then I also got there's somewhere I had like we were playing on this log, but it's I don't know. Some of these I don't think would make. There's also like a difference between making like a good painting too. Oh, that's cool. I like her face there a lot. And then I think some of my favorite ones are down near the end, but like we were out on this river by my house basically. Oh yeah. She like she was pulling down the straps on the dress. This dress I think maybe was like it was the right size, but it was also like half a step kind of not too small, too big, but like she was doing this and it was just like it was not like fuck, it was dope, you know what I mean? Like this was not what I was thinking. I didn't even ask her to do that, but she was playing with them basically, like the straps. And I don't know if I could find it in this, but there was like some really really strong ones. And then basically I'll see if I can find one more where it was like, oh wait, that's probably the brightest one. Is that it? I like some of these a lot. Like her hair is just dope. You know what I mean? There's one where she's like looking. There's one where she's looking down. I'll see if I can find it. This is it, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. See, that's the hand thing that I was talking about. She just did that. She did this quite a bit by herself. Like it was just like oh, this is some of the ones where I really liked. This. I love that pose. You can't tell, but there's a lot of distance in this photo. And then I think I would paint a different photo. Like I think I would make this. I think I would crop it like this, And then I think I would paint one purple flower like there, like she's looking at it, and she's fingering like this long piece of grass there. It's it's just good. Same with this one. I was also thinking the same thing. I really like it. Her hair is just like really beautiful. Her hair against her hair with this dress and these browns and stuff. It was just like it was cool. And then same with we'll go into some of the ones that I did with Dina. But like yeah, see, I bought this telescope and stuff with Dina. And so she was in like we got some good ones, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like it's whimsically. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Like and then obviously I take some fucking shitty ones too, you know what I mean? But like there's dope ones like this. Like it just looks I don't know. I would have tried to get that as like a I just would have never tried to get that, you know what I mean? So there's like oh, I had this glowing ball thing. I don't know what else. There's some like see there's somewhere she's sitting on this log. There's a couple really good ones. I got some like oh yeah, I had like a big hat and stuff. I had a parasol in some of them. Like that'd be cool. You know what I mean? But this is what I mean. She's just playing here. She's just dancing around on this log. Oh, actually, you know what? This is the exact same log as this. This is where this was, but this is like a year later. So someone had put the log into the path and then I dragged it back out. But you see what I mean? Like some of this dressing. Yeah, check out this ball thing. I got this as like a prop. And it's like a glowing it's like a glowing moon. So that's like a LED light and it lights up. So I thought it'd be cool if it could like I thought it'd be cool if it could like see how it's glowing on my face. I thought that'd be cool to have it glow on like the model's face. And then because if you had something like a glowing orb in your paintings, people are going to project like people are basically going to project some sort of like significance to it, which is kind of good because it's like it makes the paintings more open-ended, I think. The storytelling in it at least, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's all I know about models and costumes and stuff. It's been really, really, really fun so far. It's been cool. So basically, yeah, that's what's up. Danny says those are gorgeous. You're blessed with incredible nature, but conceptually, you get to paint nature, natural textiles, fabric, and human form all one painting. Yeah, dog. Yeah, so I kind of don't feel like I'm just figure painting. I feel like I'm kind of I was kind of thinking about it, but like I feel that I'm making like story paintings. You know what I mean? They're not like narrative paintings, but they kind of are in the sense that like I want all my paintings to tell a story. I don't just want it to be some chick fucking standing there. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be Madison with that leaf, like looking at it like and then you can call it like the last leaves of autumn or something. You know what I mean? And people will see that and they'll think about like holding on to some shit. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of want to make like narrative paintings though. Like this is cool. This will remind someone of playing in the woods when they were a little kid. You know what I mean? Like somebody jumped in here the other day and they're like, "Oh, I hope she makes it." Like that's not what I was thinking. You know what I mean? When I took the photo and stuff. Because this is the photo that I took of my cousin, basically. Well, actually, I'll show you that too. There should be like this is the this is oh wait, hold on. So this was the original photo that I took, and you can see how much like she's like all these values are like the same and shit. So basically, that's the photo basically I think straight out of the camera with minimal adjusting, with minimal editing. Let's see if I can knock it down. and then I'll make a basically I'll make a Photoshop file. I'll pick what size canvas that I'm going to use, and then I'll make a Photoshop file that's the size of the canvas. So that's by 24 by 36. And then I'll adjust the crop of the file to fit on there. So if we go back, see this tree here is like way too far over. I thought that I wanted to have a darker background to contrast her against the thing and to put some separation between there. And then there's like this one branch that's kind of distracting back here. So I basically wanted to eliminate that. So I took it into Photoshop and I made the background a lot darker. First of all, this is the size of the canvas, right? But I made it a lot darker with Photoshop. I like used the clone stamp tool and shit. And then I basically brought it in. And then when I'm painting now, I'm trying to get close-ish to this, but it's not. This is not my painting. I've still got to bring it on here and then make choices that I'm trying to like make a better painting than what this photo is. You know what I mean? Danny says it feels like they come from a novel, a movie, or something. You're conjuring a world in people's minds. Very cool. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. No, I don't know. The weird thing is, I kind of feel like, I don't know, like that's just the way that I wanted to paint or whatever, or like do it. I don't know. I don't know if I just thought that's what I was supposed to do, or like, yeah, I don't know if I thought that's what I was supposed to do, or like if I wanted to do that, or like maybe it's a bit of both. You know what I mean? But like maybe I thought I don't know what I thought. In the sense of like I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I started to do that because it was like that's what I thought other people were doing or whatever. But like now that I'm doing it, I'm realizing that like this is not what other people are doing. You know what I mean? Which is like I don't really give a fuck. I just want to make paintings. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care what other people want to do or whatever, but that's what I'm doing. So basically, I'm going to do a whole bunch of outdoor stuff though, because I'm not that good at taking photos. I'm not that good at taking photos yet, and so before I start using artificial lights in a studio, I'm going to use the outside natural lighting. So I think that for the next year or so, a lot of my shoots and stuff will be outside photos. And then as I buy more equipment, meaning like photography lights and stuff, then I'll do interior shit. How to get into painting? I don't know. That's probably honestly the best answer is I don't know. First of all, I've always done creative shit. Always. Always. I've always done creative shit. My grandpa was an oil painter. He's kind of like mediocre oil painter. In my head, he's really good though. So I think that I should be really good because my grandpa was really good and I was like grandpa's boy. But basically they had like my grandma had like a craft room and stuff. By the time I got to know my grandpa, he was blind and shit. So he was like, I kind of have like an idealized version of who he is in my head, rather than like a realistic view, I guess. But basically, my I would go to my grandparents' house all the time and stay there on the weekend or whatever. But they had like a craft room and we were allowed to go in and use whatever we wanted. And then when I went and stayed at my grandma's house, she would take me to Staples and give me like $20 and let me go buy however many pens and shit I wanted. So I was always like encouraged to do creative shit all the time. So I was always drawing, always coloring, always painting. So I like just tried a whole bunch of shit. I basically tried it to do YouTube. I had an uncle that was really into film and television. I thought I was going to do like, I thought I was going to make movies and stuff as like a profession. And then like, I don't know. I just started working for my dad, making kitchen cabinets. And then it didn't happen. And then I was like drawing and stuff on the side, like still making art. Didn't really know. I tried oil paints. I tried some acrylics. I tried a bunch of other stuff. And then basically one of my friends wanted like a graphite portrait for his, like a memorial portrait for someone. And I did it for him for like $250. And then I started doing a whole bunch. So I would get like 4 or 5, probably 3 or 4 graphite portraits a year for like, say like 6 years. And then I had this farm. This is a long, winding story. I had this farm. It fell apart. I realized I wanted to do something creatively instead of like I need to do something creatively. I don't have a choice, man. I I don't have a choice. I can have another job and shit, but I need to do something creative. Like yeah. Like I'm kind of almost like sad to say that. I don't have a choice, basically. And then I was doing these graphite drawings, and then I seen a video of Cesar Santos painting, and the way that he laid out the painting, the atelier style of like drawing it, and then going in with the dead coloring stage and going in with the live coloring stage. I was like, fuck, I could do that. So then I just started doing it, basically. There's another guy on YouTube named Stephen Bauman. He needed like a video editor. I edited videos for him and his wife for like maybe a year and a bit. And so I was like editing videos for like basically the online course that I was taking, you know what I mean? And then I just started doing videos, or not doing videos. I started sorry, it was too dark and I lost what I was saying. I taught myself online through YouTube, through watching all this shit, watching your videos, watching like all this shit, and then now we're here. So I don't know. Was probably have been a better answer. Just a weird life. I never know. I need to figure out how to condense that story because there's too many twists and turns. What's the essence of that story? I've always been creative. I started making drawings. After the pandemic, I figured out a process of oil painting that I could do. I guess that would have been a better, probably not as good of a story, but that's like a condensed thing. How did you get into painting? I really resonate with that. I'm very much the same way. Have been doing something creative else, or yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Like I had this farm. And I was doing like farm vlogs and stuff. And I was like trying to draw on the side, and I thought like maybe I would have like my vegetable farm, and then during the wintertime I could make art. And like that's how I'd just like be happy. And then the farm was just too much time consuming, and I wasn't doing the art, and I was not making that much money, and I was unhappy basically. It just ended up like that. That's sick. You edited for Bauman. He's pretty legit. His wife is too. Yeah, they're extremely talented and very good teachers, and they were a complete pleasure to deal with. They were very kind, and I've got basically nothing but good things to say about them, and what they have to offer as far as education. Great. They're great. They're great. I got nothing bad to say about them. It was I think it was just I think it was just one of those things that just worked out for everyone at the time. And then basically I went to Thailand and I stopped working for them. And then he actually messaged me and asked me if I was back, and I said yes. And then he's like, okay. And then I didn't hear anything back. But it was weird. But basically, yeah, those guys are super legit. The Atelier system really like I learned so much from editing for them. It was like such a good experience. And then I kind of like I'm not even like that long ago, but like I'm like branching from what they did, but like obviously I still got, you know. So I always wanted to do art my whole life, but somehow I believed I was not talented, never went for it, and I have been a musician my whole life and studied music in college. Oh, cool, man, that's good. Well, I mean, it's not good that you didn't do it, but like, you're doing it now, so that's cool. After school, I was very burned out and wanted something creative other than music, so started drawing and looking at YouTube stuff. Oh, dope. And now you're crushing vids. Cool, dude. That's a good story. Probably it's not like it's got twists and turns. It's got sad parts. Life of a creative person is like not usually non-linear, you know. I eventually tried watercolor, then acrylic, and then oil. Nice. What do you like? What do you like doing the best? I'm just all oil now. Clarking, there was a real girl. Saving the world from Solomon Grove. I like oil the best, but sometimes I prefer the immediacy of gouache. Yeah, I haven't tried gouache. I think I'm just gonna stick with oil for now. But if I was doing plein air shit, I'd probably just steal everything that James Gurney does. You know what I mean? So if he was using gouache, I'd probably just use gouache. I know I've seen you make some of your vids about him or similar ideas. It's just pro. Just a pro guy. Clark Kent. I want to do more studio work. With my job, it's tough to find more than an hour or two at a time. I wish I could do a 4 hour session, but sometimes it's not happening now. Someday maybe. Yeah, dude. I know. I feel ya. That's why I started doing this streaming thing, because now I have to show up for an hour every day. You know what I mean? No matter what. And I just tag along. If my hour is doing this log, I do the log. The next day I put one coat on her. Then the next day I do another coat. Like, you know what I mean? Just like chipping away at it. This painting feel like it's this painting for me feels like it's taking forever. I basically have only worked on it for like an hour off stream, so the whole thing's been on stream so far. So it's just like annoying. I really admire Gurney. Have you seen any of his oil works? Very solid. Not off the top of my head, but I think I've seen a lot of stuff that let me see. I mean, he's like he's just I don't know. I can't even, that guy's the guy's output is scary to comprehend. Even, you know what I mean? How much that guy's putting out. He was friends with that Thomas Kincaid guy. I read a book about Thomas Kincaid. It ended up being about how he was a drunk. It's kind of sad, actually. It's not kind of sad. It's sad. I wish people would watch more of your stuff. Your painting is very quality. Oh, thanks. I'm not worried about I thank you. I'm not worried about that shit though. I think do I think it will come? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I don't really care. Well, I mean, I do care. That's not true. When I had my farm, I was really concerned. I wanted people to watch my videos and shit, and it didn't get me anywhere. And so now I don't have those feelings. I honestly, I beat those feelings out of myself by just like, um, by failing, I think. And now that I'm doing this, like this stream, James Gurney's like a, he's like, he's James Gurney is like an old school art guy. He wrote the Dinotopia books. You'd probably recognize them. And he's got a really big channel on YouTube, basically. Are your streams getting views after the fact, or are you just doing it for the love of it? I'm doing it so that I have a practice to show up to and paint. But basically, as it's going to keep on going, there'll be more people that will end up becoming regulars to the show. So like the Metal Demon guy who's also in the chat now, he used to watch my videos on my old channel that I had, and he's come over. And there's like a couple other guys that'll pop in here who are like my old friends, my old streaming buddies. And then I'll have new people come in like you, or like there's another guy in here, grumpy artist. And those guys you guys will be like kind of new regulars, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to come all the time, but just to pop in and say hi once in a while, or like once every couple of weeks or something. And then it'll just grow like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, and if people basically also, I'll just put out videos every day and I'm not worried about it. And some of those streams, for whatever reason, YouTube will decide to throw out into the algorithm, and it will take off or whatever. And then some of them, most of them will do nothing. You know what I mean? And there'll be some days, 100%, I'm sure that there's going to be like just about 0 viewers watching the entire thing. Like day 22, just about no one. And I was stoked too. If you go back and look at number 22, if you go back, want to see something funny, go back to number 22 and start looking at like the first half hour, because there was no one coming. And I was like, guys, that'd be so dope if no one came. And I was just talking to myself, and I was like, I hope this is like the day that no one shows up, and then I can be like, when I get to like day 300, I'll be like, oh, fuck you guys, I would have done this if there was no one watching. I did it when there was nobody. Go back to day 22. No one showed up. But I think people did show up after like 45 minutes or whatever. But no, if no one shows up, that's cool. I'm doing it for myself. This is for me, man. And then I think that if I keep doing this and stay healthy and keep making paintings that are of good quality and putting my like self into this and investing my resources and investing my time, I think that will pay off. And I'm not sure if that payoff of that is going to be a lot of subscribers. But I think it will pay off somehow. I don't know. I just like, it's kind of just like, now that I'm saying it out loud, it just kind of like sounds like wishful thinking. You know what I mean? But that's what's up. Yeah, I like Dinotopia too. So he wrote all the he did all like the art for it. He made a video the other day where he made dinosaur drawings. I'll find it. So this is like how he made like the Dinotopia drawings. He would like this was for like more of an anatomy thing, but he basically would build like little maquettes and make clay sculptures and then put them into like real world environments and take photos and then make the drawings and the paintings for it. I've always been trying to remind myself that if you plant good seeds, good fruit will grow. I believe that. Yeah, I don't think I also believe that as a general statement, but I also think that you can do all the right things and not have success. Like I also believe that I don't believe that the cream always rises to the top. You know what I mean? Like there's some unlucky people that it just doesn't happen for XYZ reason, whether it's because they got in their own way or because different stuff happened. So I just try to be like humble like that, I guess. But also I have this job right now doing pest control, and I know it doesn't I know that probably doesn't like sound like it has relevance, but I do think that that helps me a lot with being humble. Like I think it's like some like real work. Um where then when I'm like going like you know what I mean? Like I see people with like bed bugs and like they're not going away and like I gotta go and help them and it like costs a lot of money to fix that and it's like fucking crazy. And then I go and hang out with a model and I get all these cool painting ideas and like I'm like all stoked and I'm like, this is dope. You know what I mean? Like I have like the contrast of like I know some shit that sucks. So like this, showing up for this, even if it's fucking every day for a little bit, I just feel like extremely grateful and I don't like the word privilege, but because I think I worked like obviously I have privilege in my life, but like I feel like I worked hard for this. You know what I mean? Like I'm making sacrifices for this, and I just feel blessed to be able to do it. Honestly, sometimes I think you don't always get the success you wanted, but it doesn't mean it's not without value. Yeah, 100%. So that's basically where I'm at. I'm happy with where shit's at, and if it doesn't end up like where I want it to be at the end, that's out of my control. All I can do is control what I'm doing and how hard I'm working. And like right now, I feel that I'm fucking working pretty hard and like marching down the path to where I want to go. And that's it. So my other job is to be a music teacher. To me, being a pest control person is way more legit and respectable employment than what I do. I don't know. I think any job is I wouldn't say it's less respectable being a music teacher. It's just different. It's just different. Yeah, I don't. That's not. I know what you mean, but I don't think that less respectable is the word for it. But I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, the pest control thing was like a complete accident, and then it just worked out. It worked out, you know. Um, you know what, guys? I kind of think I'm ready to be done. I've been talking for the last like 15 minutes. I haven't really been making much progress. I need to bring some different colors into her face here. But I think I need to, it's kind of just like, I need to let it set up basically. And I need to double check my, also need to double check my, what's it called? I was going to say references, perspective, proportions. I need to double check my proportions and stuff. Teaching people music gets more people making music, so it's great. Yeah, I don't think respectable is the word that Danny was looking for, but I don't have a better one. I'm kind of like mentally fatigued a little bit, but yes, I think that's all that I got on this today. So basically, thank you for being here. This was fun. Thank you, Danny. You're inspiring to me too. Have fun with the music lessons. Keep on painting. No, I appreciate you popping in. That was a good chat. Asked lots of good questions. The first half of this one was kind of like I was just working and stuff, and then I know this was fun. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know what's going on. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later, and have a good one. Let's do the outro.